If you think the technology you use as a consumer is light years ahead of the systems you use at work, you're right. Most corporate systems were designed and built without the internet in mind, so many internal processes are based on offline procedures. But more businesses are finding that the latest advances in the cloud allow them to change the way they do things, achieving far more than was possible on legacy IT systems. Working together with Google, Appsbroker are harnessing the power of the Google Cloud Platform to help enterprises achieve more from their data. How does this give clients the edge? I went to find out. Why did you set up Appsbroker?
If you looked at the market at the time, and it's true still to a degree, customers could not buy services. They had to buy a server, storage, network, and then take responsibility for the end-to-end experience themselves. And customers don't need to be building applications, they need to be using them and using technology.
So you saw a gap in the market and you went for it. You started partnering with Google about 10 years ago. How's that helped?
Well, having a global mega brand that's seen as a world leader in digital doesn't do any harm at all when you're trying to get a meeting with people. But I think most importantly about Google, they didn't have a legacy to protect. They're a pure play, born in the cloud operator, and we could just move a lot faster.
The landscape has radically transformed over the last 10 years, hasn't it? What was the proposition like 10 years ago, and what's it like now?
Before there was a problem, we just want email, no fuss, reliability, predictable price, and you can do that for your whole business now. Every technology that has made Google world-leading brand in digital, in automation, in machine learning, is now available to every customer. So the proposition has got so much broader.
That must make them a very exciting partner to work with.
They're a really exciting partner to work with. If you look at the appointment of Diane Green and the change since Diane Green's joined, I'm pretty optimistic that the next 10 years is going to be interesting.
I run the Google Cloud partner team in the UK. So I work with the team who manages all of our go-to-market partners for Google Cloud, all different shapes and sizes, all contribute slightly different things as we grow our business together.
I'm fascinated that Google needs partners. How does that arrangement work?
We actually want partners to be involved in all of our activities with our end clients. So every opportunity, every deal, every initiative. So we encourage partners to work with our technology to build those solutions where they have the understanding of a client and of an industry. That's a really big part of our world. So in the case of Appsbroker, they're doing that really well, and have done that in the case of the banking clients that we're talking about today.
So your relationship with Appsbroker, tell me a bit more about it.
It goes back 10 years. We started talking to Mike when he was literally a one-man band, when he had a vision. And now 10 years later, Mike's built a really successful business, 130 people, I think about 18 million pounds in turnover, working with some amazing global clients. We've got a really strong relationship with Appsbroker and Mike. Mike's done a great job over the years of taking the best of Google, knitting that together and delivering business solutions to his clients, our clients. And that's been really valuable both for Mike, our clients, and for Google.
I look after Google Cloud Platform for financial services in the UK and Ireland. And what that really means is we are helping financial institutions, whether they are retail banks, investment banks, asset managers, gain the power of what Google Cloud can bring. And that's about agility, it's about security. Fundamentally, it's about the time to value, to get insights from the vast amounts of data these institutions have got to better serve their clients and their clients' clients.
Now, I understand that last year Google increased their capacity for financial services. Why was that? What was the need?
In financial services, quite rightly, institutions have been careful and cautious about adopting some of these new technologies. But actually, as they become more educated and understood and learned about the security processes we have, increasingly they're using our services because it gives them much more flexibility and agility to deliver for their businesses and for their clients.
I'm very interested about partnership arrangements. Tell me about Appsbroker and why you work with them.
So I joined 2 years ago, and I looked across our partner landscape. We had a very exciting but demanding project coming up to solve a problem for a number of global banks. It was solving for a regulation called MiFID II. And actually what Appsbroker, as one of our longest serving partners, could bring was deep understanding of how our platform works, how we could work together, and actually I trusted them that they would deliver for these clients on time, and they did, and we went live in time for the regulation in early January this year.
So what kinds of projects then do you work with an Appsbroker?
So this one in particular, MiFID II, is a very demanding project involving lots of post-trade information from an investment bank, and actually sorting that information, doing some analysis on it, and then passing it to requisite authorities. And actually working with a consortium can be complicated, and delivering these things on time can be challenging. And Appsbroker delivered that.
So why would businesses choose then to work with Google Cloud?
We now have 7 services where there are 1 billion people every day using each of those services. And so those things we've invented, we've not only written about them, we've also allowed some of that code to be available for the open source. And so that gives people choice about where they want to run those things. And some of those things are things like Kubernetes and TensorFlow and Dataflow. Particularly in the financial institutions, they need to demonstrate to regulators they have choice. And this is one of the key things that enables them to show that transferability of their services. I think the other thing we've done is we are very much focusing on attracting people to use the platform and not locking them in. So we aim to be the most secure platform available, the most performant platform available, and also, because of the way we've developed, also bring them more innovation than they get from anybody else in the marketplace.
So as you approach a decade together, as it were, what does that future look like?
We as Google want to make it easier for partners to work with us. So we have a lot of facilities and programs and incentives that we're building up as we speak to help that partner sort of development even more. Mike and Appsbroker are known throughout our organisation. They've got a very strong reputation, known as a safe pair of hands, doing exactly what we'd like him to do, growing a business for himself in the process, and we've got lots of mutual and happy clients. So we want to take Mike and supersize Mike as we want to supersize our partner business overall.
You strike me as an extremely ambitious man, not just personally, but for your company and your employees as well. That really matters to you, doesn't it?
It does. I guess a company is just a collection of employees that want to work for you, a bunch of customers that want to work with you. And if you can be fixing larger problems, doing more interesting things, that's quite an exciting journey to be involved in.
What are you hoping for the next decade then, Mike?
What I want to do with Appsbroker over the next 10 years is take this massive pent-up demand in our customers to do things smarter, to be more digital, to be more like Google, and then take all the capability at Google and create some solutions in the middle and be the linkage between the demand and the supply of great technology. I think through doing that, our customers can do bigger, bolder projects, and we'll be able to employ more and more interesting people.